Yeah, we'll do. Should I do that now? If it lets me. There we go. That's done. Right. Hello and welcome to Division 2, Round 3 at Vietnam. This is the third round. I just said that. This is the third round of the season. And SLR Connor is our leader. I thought I was about to do this on my own, but so sorry for the rushed introduction. I have Summoners with me who's gladly stepped in. I think someone's just left the lobby, so I don't really know what's going on, but welcome.
Thank you very much. I've got no idea who left, if anyone has, so I'll chuck on the stream. And if you guys are watching, please let me know if you need an invite, or if you know who needs an invite, please shout out.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting qualifying session. What do you reckon are the keys to this qualifying session? As I think the lobby is a bit glitch. I think we were delayed coming into the session, but yeah. What do you think are the key pointers for this qualifying session?
I think most of the time is going to be made going around the two roundabout corners. I think how you are with the throttle is going to be crucial. Based from time trial times, it looks like SLR Connor might have mastered that. Very good times, faster than myself, may I say. I think also being a bit brave going through Sector 3 is also going to be a big factor. Obviously, as close to the walls as possible, as much speed, that's going to make the difference in qualifying. So who's going to be most bravest, really?
Yeah, we had a 33.3 was our pole time, I think, last night. I don't expect the Div 2 drivers to. Oh, you wouldn't expect the Div 2 drivers to match that, but see how far off they can get. Of course, it's quite close across all the divisions. We will see. Obviously, with Jitto not being in this division anymore, it kind of opens up the championship fight a bit more.
Sure does.
Can MRC and Leah get an invite? There you go. There's your answer.
Yep. Alright, I'm on it.
Just go on board with Plain Teddy, new to Division 2. As he's just hit the wall. I don't know if he's got damage or not, but he's just hit the wall as he started his lap. And I don't know if he's going to complete it. He's got damage already. So a bit of a poor start for the Alfa Romeo. Alfa Romeo driver. He understeers is ridiculously wide. Got to be careful of whoever is behind him. I think it's a Williams of Scopes, so we'll go on board with him. And see he's first man across to go sail up. Have you invited Leah?
Yeah, I'm trying. It's not letting me. I'm on doing the invite to game, but the start button to say invite's not doing it. I'm doing what I normally do, but it's not letting me. Just clicking on it, pressing start.
Not sure what to say otherwise. It should just work if you. Yeah. You're going through the party to do it?
Yeah. I'm on saying invite to game. I've clicked on the name, and it's just not letting me. I'll see what I can do.
What you can do about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, if we can sort that out, try and get him in the session. Scopes is still going on his lap. Go on board for the final sector. Tricky final sector. Fast corners left and right. Try not touch the walls or touch the curbs, as they can be deadly. As it comes to the final two corners now. Tricky final corner this, so wall on the inside, wall on the outside. As he comes across the line, set the benchmark of a 36.3. As I think we'll go to Connor, I think is next across the line, it is.
It's not letting me invite.
See what he could do. Okay.
It's faded out. Invite select people. So I don't know if. Yeah, I don't know what else I can do.
Okay. So Connor did go fastest briefly, but Panther has done a 35.4. I think that will see him safely through. We've got a Red Bull. Not Neelix, it's SF actually. We'll go on board with Neelix anyway, as he's coming through the final sector. Bit wide from the Red Bull driver. As he comes down to the final corner now, where's
there we go.
Puts him.
You
got him?
Yeah,
Good.
well, he's not
There
in
we
yet,
go.
but I've got an invite.
Okay, that's good news. I will get you to finally take us through a lap whenever that chance appears. Now that you've done all that.
Yeah, who do you want me on board with?
I think most of the people's first runs are done while you're doing that, but we've got about 5-6 drivers in the pit, so I'm kind of waiting for one of them to venture out. Maybe Plain Teddy, I think, might be coming out again. And a few more drivers, Nicky, and one of the Williams as well. It might be coming in actually. But yeah, Plain Teddy is on an out lap. So once he gets round, you can talk us through his. I'll be interested to see what Plain Teddy does this evening, being promoted.
Yeah, I was going to say, well, we saw yesterday from Gito, back-to-back wins in different divisions. So, well, who knows? He showed great pace in the first 2 races. Sorry, I don't think he's in the last race. He showed great pace in the Australia race before, unfortunately, crashing with 1 or 2 laps to go. But, yeah, encouraging signs on the pace. Interesting to see what he can do in Division 2. Yeah, if I was himself, top 10 would be a decent target. Anything above that, then fantastic. Great foundations to go on.
You never know, he could fight for the championship.
Who knows?
You don't know. It's early on in the season, so it's still all to play for. And obviously, Connor at the moment's only got a 3-point lead, so it could change from week to week. Since he's coming into the final sector, I'll go on board with him. And can you take us through his lap, please, as he comes around the final corner?
Other indeed. Last corner, crucial. Stay away from the wall in the inside and the outside. Get as much speed as you can down the straight, going into turn 1. How's it going to look? Bit away from turn 1. Easy on the throttle here. And then what helps going around this long bend here, tight corner. Looks relatively decent. How brave you can be close to the wall. Onto the left curb there. Nice and tight, no track exceeding. Going into the first DRS zone, coming up to the chicane, where you can actually cut it a bit. Not too much though, hopefully, for Plain Teddy. Not bad at all. Again, this is the other roundabout corner where you have to be a bit easy on the throttle. This is where you could lose a lot of time and gain a lot of time. And now we've got the long straight, which well, is long, as you can see, going up to the DRS activation zone, halfway down the straight, and then we're going to come up to a very big braking point with a tight left. If you're in the inside, it's a great opportunity to make an overtake on the inside. You don't want to be on the outside in case you might get forced out wide a bit, loosen the rear from Plain Teddy. I haven't kept an eye on the time, unfortunately. 107.2. I don't know what that is in comparison to Panther, who's currently in first. This is where you need to be brave now in Sector 3, close to the walls, carry as much speed as you can. Does he lift off? A tiny bit. But it's looking good so far. As we go round to the last part of Sector 3, 2 corners to go. Takes a bit of curb. How close are you to the wall? A tiny bit. How's his last corner going to go? Lifts off a tiny bit, but after that, Plain Teddy up to 5th place with a 130.0.
Oh, Nicky, hello. With a 135.1, just smashes everyone out the wall. I didn't say at the time, but Bennett with a 135.4 as well. Cheesy on the medium compound tyres with a 135.8. I have to say, important note about Cheesy. Obviously, Gito dominated the Bahrain race last week, but in the final stint, so Cheesy was lapping very similar to Gito, so could be one to watch this evening.
I'd say so, yeah. I think so, definitely. I think if I had to say already, I reckon GT train after that time from Nicky. And I still wouldn't rule out SLR Connor. I mean, I know he's down in 7th, but there is definitely a lot of speed in that car. So do not rule out Connor.
100%. We've got new driver SLR V Tac. I'm just going to call him Tac, I reckon, for the rest of this race. I think he's the only other one that is... Yeah, so it's Plain Teddy and Tac who are our new drivers. Plain Teddy's obviously not a new driver, but he's a new driver to this division. I'm on board with Zach at the moment, who won the opening round in Australia. Struggled last time out, but he'll be hoping to put in a good performance today. Still 5 points off the championship lead, so that win was handy. So I don't know the weather actually. I haven't heard anything about the weather at all. But obviously, as you can see, it's sunny as could be at the moment. As it comes across the line, then it's a 37, only 37.2. So 14 fastest, and Venom has invalidated. I don't know if MRC Lee is actually in the session or not.
That's right. I did invite him once or twice, but that was wrong of me to do so because something was agreed between races.
Oh, yeah.
After the problems we had earlier on. I did forget, I must admit, so apologies. But yeah, that's to avoid the lobby glitching, as it seems I caused yesterday when I lagged out once or twice.
Yeah, we've had a few issues recently. I think Vietnam, F2. The other day there was a bit of a glitch as well, so yeah, we're trying to avoid as much. It seems to be, as usual, online is unstable. And the important thing to note that safety car is not on for this weekend, so we won't see any safety car madness. But hopefully we'll see some good racing.
You say that, we saw the safety car yesterday in qualifying.
Yeah. Of course, forget about that. Cheesy has said in the stream chat that it's a dry race, so no variables being thrown in. It's a new track for the drivers, so we're going to see probably a quite big pace difference. So this track is not exactly most representative of all-out pace, as Venom drifts round the second of the roundabout corners.
So I was just on the reading announcement. Sorry.
Yeah. Saying that Nicky said that he destroyed his front wing in the first lap. Yeah, he went fastest. And as you were talking about Connor, he has gone fastest himself.
He has 135.0, looking good for the Renault boys. Of course, other people you might want to keep an eye out on. Drastic Blaze, I think this is his first full-time race for Williams, as well as Scopes down in 12th at the moment. I'm sure he's got more of a lap time in him after coming down from Division 1. Zach is beast. I'm sure he's going to go a bit higher up. We saw what he's got in the first race this season. And yeah, unfortunately, looking further down, MRC Leah won't be competing in this qualifying and will be out, which is a great shame. Yeah,
so only one spot to fight for the rest of this qualifying session. Venom comes across the line, goes 12th fastest. Let's see if anybody else is on a lap. Maybe Benz is... Yeah, Benz is definitely on a lap then.
3 temps quicker.
See what he can do. A bit wide through there. But the problem was this final sector, if you go wide at one point, that kind of compromises your run through the rest of the sector. You've obviously driven this circuit last night, Summers. What do you say is the most challenging part of setting a lap in quali?
I think it's... Well, for me, being again, it depends what everyone's setup is and what they're using. But for me, the challenging bit was being gentle on the throttle around the 2 roundabout corners, because it really can depend. That really does decide on a lot of temps, depending on how much speed you get out coming out of the exits. If you have a bit of a wobble, you can lose a tenth or two. If you're late on the throttle, then it'll cost you. You've just got to try and do as many. For me in qualifying, I did one little banker lap just to get used to it, and then second lap, that's when it all gets down to business. The more laps you do, the more confident you get with the throttle. But again, it depends on what platform you're using.
Yeah, I guess it's a bit like the street circuit, where you kind of just got to do laps to just get confident. As Hickland does a drift again, there seems to be a bit of a problem that corner. The start of the second sector, I don't exactly know what turn that is, but after chicane, I think he's backed out as well.
Oh, we've got,
so
what's happened?
Trouble. What's
Venom
down here?
I think Venom. I just caught the end of that. I think Venom might have reset the track. I don't know. He was either stopped or he reset the track.
Let's see.
The end of that.
He's actually restarting another lap. Anyway, well, maybe not actually, because he's still on none for his ERS on my screen. So, not sure what he's doing as he's just spun around. Yes. Oh, that could be. He might still get through, but he's lucky nobody's coming actually. He's been clattered into the side of him. But yes, that could be crucial to his qualifying session if others improve. See what SF's doing. SF is up by a lot, but his first time is not really that representative, so hopefully you can put in a representative time. As we come down this long straight, you can do what you like, have a breather. Yeah, just kind of relax a bit. If you can relax on a qualifying lap.
Just on board with SLR Scopes, who's 4 temps up in Sector 1. Currently down in 14th place, so a bit of pressure.
Yeah, original one on out lap, and he'll want to improve if SF goes purple in the middle sector, 1.9 seconds up. So this, as he taps the wall, so I think he just about avoided getting damage there. So hopefully he can carry on nicely. He gets a bit of understeer, so we'll see when he comes across the line what you can do. But I think he should have enough in the bag to get out of the bottom 2 as it is. He comes across the line now, goes 10th fastest as we've seen a couple of people retire from the session. I don't think I'm actually getting notifications up on my screen at the moment, which is a bit annoying.
So yeah,
we'll go on board with Scopes.
Yeah, he was half a second up going through at the end of Sector 2, and it looks quite clean in Sector 3 at the moment. Just one more corner to go. Nice and tight to the left and close to the right. Scopes up to 4th with a 35.2.
Great lap from the Williams driver, moving down a division, showing that he definitely has pace. So it's up to Original then to knock out the Alpha Tauri driver of Venom, otherwise it's a double Mercedes knockout in Q1. So we go on board as he goes down to turn 1. Tricky braking zone here. Car always wants to run wide, and it has. He only has to improve by 2 and a bit tenths, but this is it for him. Otherwise, he is out. You don't really want to be starting at 16th place.
No, you don't. No, you don't. Especially where, unfortunately, for this weekend, safety cars turned off, so track position is really going to be crucial this race more than any, probably, and hopefully for the only race this season.
Yeah, hopefully. I think it's down to the pit lane being a bit different, missing the final 2 corners and missing the first corner, coming out on the exit of turn 2. So we'll see. As the checker flag is now out, we'll see what the sector time is for Original. He comes across the second sector split, and he is 1 second up. So, as long as he gets this final sector right, I think Venom will be seeing himself out as he taps the wall.
Oh no!
And he's just applied the commentator's curse, has struck once again. I think I should shut my mouth next time, and I think I've cursed Original, and that is a double Mercedes knockout in Q1. Can you imagine if that happened in real life? That doesn't, but yes, it's completely opposite. I mean, that's unfortunate for Mercedes. See Leah with connection issues right at the start of qualifying, and Original with issues in the final sector right at the end of qualifying, and that is it for the Q1 session.
You could have two very frustrated Mercedes drivers there. Of course, MRC Leah we know as fast driver, and just based from that qualifying lap from original before, unfortunately, hit the wall. There was a lot of pace also. So that'd be interesting to keep an eye on them two in the race, see how many places they can make up. But a sigh of relief for Venom.
Yeah, I think so, especially after that spin. Cut-off point in the end was a 36, and Venom has come out. Run out of that. Interesting. So, yeah, I mean, it seems that this glitch is still a thing. But yeah, he'll run out of time before he even bothers setting a lap. So, yeah, I don't really know what he's doing, to be honest, but we'll see. Not much chat action going on, but Nikki says shock for Merck. There's 1-2 for Renault in Q1, so they're looking strong for... I have to say they are a good team for the constructors in Division 2.
Well, people in the streaming chat, let's get some early qualifying predictions from you. Who do you think is going to get pole? I know we've still got Q2 to get out of the way, but wow, I mean, you've got Connor, Nicky, Tax, Scopes at the top. That might give us a bit of an early indication of who you think could get pole position. So please get your votes in.
Yeah. It's hard to call at the moment. I don't really know. If I was going to go for an early bet, I'd go for Cheesy. To see his true potential on soft compound tyres. But of course, as we've seen with Original, it's hard to even set a lap. Venom's got 5 seconds left, so I don't really know what's going to happen here, but I assume it's just going to stop. Yeah.
And it has.
Welcome to our 32 viewers. I've got one here.
Indeed, yes.
I hope you are all doing well. As you can see, this is the order for qualifying. Cheesy with the only man on the medium compound tyres. Connor, or I say the Renaults, are setting the pace so far. Yet to see a driver in the 34s, but I think we are close to that mark. As we'll see, as strategy will come into play. But the drivers out are Original and Leah, both in the Mercedes car, so it's a good day for Renault so far, but a bad start to the evening for Mercedes.
Just looking in the chat, got Hicklin saying drastic for pole, and Plum Gorilla says hello to the commentators.
Hello, Plum Gorilla, and I've just seen Scope say, go on Eminem. That's amazing. Quick talk about strategy.
Yes. It's going to be an interesting one, I think, this race.
Saw a lot last night.
Yeah.
A lot of different ones.
We sure did. It's obviously, if you can make the one-stop work, you can do wonders with it, as we saw with Gito yesterday. Unfortunately, for myself as an example, I couldn't make it work. I lost a few places. But then you see Callum as well, Callum McEwen, who finished second at the same time, 2-stop, and made that work beautifully. So it could be down to how well you look after the tyres, what your driving style's like. But in this qualifying, it'd be interesting to see what tyres everyone will use. We haven't seen, I don't think I saw a medium to hard. But we saw a medium to soft yesterday.
Yeah, I think they would benefit from fresh tyres last night with a new lobby, but very impressive. See a couple of drivers do that. Connor is first man now on track on the soft compound tyres, so he's committing to the starting on the softs. But yeah, it's a mixture of strategies. It's going to be hard to say. It's a new circuit, so you kind of don't know what the best strategy is. Low grip, it seems, in this circuit as well. So that could obviously favour the two-stop. I think two-stop would work if you had next to no traffic, but there's 16 other cars on the grid, so we'll see.
Exactly, yeah. If you come up to cars at
Yeah.
the wrong time during the lap, especially in Sector 3, you could lose crucial time. There's only really
That's where
probably 2 or 3 corners you can get a decent overtake. Oh, the safety car's out
Yeah,
on my
that-
screen.
Really?
Yeah, Connor's just
Oh,
overtaken
yeah,
it.
I just seen Connor overtake it. Brilliant.
Oh,
So the
no.
safety car is on track once again. As Connor hits a wall on the corner, but he's now starting his lap. He goes through turn 1. Interesting to see a safety car out again. Might just be a glitch then for this circuit. The safety car comes out. I think that was it in Q2 last night that came out.
Do you know what I think it was as well? Yeah, it was around this time also.
So it might just be a Q2 thing. Which is
I should
yeah,
laugh.
You kind of
but
just have
great
to.
game.
I guess you kind of have to laugh at this point. Because, you know. Old Bert Mylander can't get enough of the action, so he decides to have a little watch of qualifying 2.
Why not?
Anyway,
Why not?
Connor, it will be first to set a lap as long as he keeps it clean. Yellow flag in the background. Not sure, I think people are just backing up and getting out of the way. There's a bit of a lock up going into the hairpin. I think there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 drivers out of 15
Yeah.
on the soft compound tyres.
So what does that mean? Does that mean a medium to hards or medium soft? This is where the unpredictability of Formula One we love could be on show. All but one person, out on track. The one person being Venom. But Connor going around the last corner with a 1:35.5, so slower than his Q3 time. Without a doubt, there'll be another lap coming from Connor.
Nicky is second off. Who's next on the lap? It's Plain Teddy. No, I don't want to do that. He's gone third. It's time to start rolling in. I think Hicklin and Tack were literally on each other like that. Oh wow, okay. I'm just on board with Ben's. He just smacked into the safety car. But it looked like he did anyway. I think he just ghosted through it in the end, but because he's got a full complement of his wing, so I'm not really quite sure. You see a bit of front wing. So yeah, that safety car just did not hamper him at all, apparently. So yeah. Let's see who else is on a lap.
Cheesy's on a lap, it looks like. Fastest in Sector
Good lap at the
2.
moment.
Showing great speed in Sector 3 also, just with a few more twists and turns to go. Going up to the penultimate corner. Stays away from the curb. How close is he to the wall? Quite close. Coming around to the final corner, which is a bogey corner. Nice and clean. Cheesy up to first with a 34.0.
Whoa. That is smashing everyone's expectations. It's almost like, thanks for coming, everyone. A whole second faster than what Connor did in the previous session. That is one hell of a lap.
Sure is. That is. Where would that got you yesterday? I mean, I think that would have got you 4th or 5th in the race yesterday. But of course, you don't get points in qualifying. Well, not in Formula One anyway.
Yeah, I mean, as I say, I was looking out for his pace. Obviously, kept Gito honest last week in Bahrain. I think he's kind of backing up that good performance at the moment in qualifying, and I think he can just come to the session and retire.
And Cheesy's
Gito
coming up to the
wishes.
safety car. Oh.
Safety car is still out.
Oh.
Yeah, it seems to that they can just drive straight through the safety car. Yeah.
Just let's have a look in
Unless
the
there's-
stream
yeah,
chat.
don't really know. Let's have a look who else.
Yeah,
is
safety
on
car's
a-
protesting for being dropped. safety car for the win. Seb, this is Division 2, that is correct.
Oh, Zach just... Oh, no, that was good save by Zach in the end. Safety car isn't there for them. There you go, that is why. So it is just a visual glitch in the end.
SLR Freeman, Cheesy has good one-lap pace, but so race pace. Well, if he's...
Well, that's a bit harsh on your teammate in the joint constructors. So you'd be egging him on to do well.
Tough crowd in the
So to
Has
speak.
camp.
Yeah. Has he got the pace in the race? We will wait and see.
Oh. Beautifully executed there, Mercs. Who's on the lap? I think Plain Teddy might be on a lap. I think he is going around the final corner. On the
I'm
medium
just on board,
tyres.
and yeah, it's gone faster.
137.0 puts him 7th.
So Panther is on an out lap, but he's a long way from the start finish straight, so he's just come out of the pits. I think there's only a few cars on track, and he is the first one of them. This Plain Teddy will probably come back into the pits. There is the safety car again. It looks like they're about to wreck their car, but they're not, because it's not even there on their screen, so thank the Lord for that. Cheesy Shane retires from the session. I did not get that notification, but I just saw him grey out on the top of the screen.
Love this commentating duo from Scopes once again. Thank you very much for the support.
Yep. I'll echo that.
We've got Hicklin coming out the pits. He's on the soft tyre, so will we see that from a lot more drivers now?
Well, at the moment, only 4 drivers have mediums. The bottom 6 drivers have selected the soft compound tyres. Panther will be the first man to cross the line to start his lap. And he's on the soft compound tyres, and he needs the time to get out. So could you take us through this lap, please?
I shall indeed. Coming up to the first corner. One wheel on the curb. Nice healthy exit. Cuts a bit more of the curb. Nice tight going round the roundabout. Good on the throttle. How early can Panther get on the throttle here? Mount the curb, not enough to track exceed, so that's a great exit. Into the first DRS zone. Going through the first sector with 25.9. It's a purple sector as well, so fastest. Into the chicane, cuts the first part. Wheel on the second. Again, how crucial is this exit going to be? Gently on the throttle, full throttle now. Seemed okay. Maybe a tiny bit hesitant, but that might have been because of the curb. And now we've got the long straight where the DRS opens now. And now really it's just going to be getting the braking point right. It can be very crucial if you brake too early. Again, lose time, brake too late. Well, you're going off the track. Seemed good. How's the exit? Full throttle. Seems a decent lap from my view. At the end of Sector 2, 1 minute 6.9. Purple in Sector 2 also. This could be a very good lap here from Panther if he can keep it clean. Hopefully the commentator's curse doesn't happen again. In through the twists and turns, far away from the curb on the left. Out tight on the right. Nice and tight with 2 corners to go. 1 wheel on the curb on the left. How close are you to the right? And then it's all about this bogey last corner. Seems nice and clean. Panther up to third with a 35.4. 2 tenths off Cooper Benz, but of course, well, away from Cheesy, to say the least.
Yeah. Tack goes 5th fastest, something that's quite close. Between those 4 drivers, we got the other Alpha Tauri on the lap. And the other Ferrari on the lap, so we'll see how their respective teammates do as we see the safety car make an appearance once again. He goes wide. Oh, and he spins and he's in the wall. And he stops and lets him go. Let's ruin his lap. And that looks violent every time I go on board with a driver.
Bennett's just gone 4 tenths quicker, going through sector 1. He's coming up to Tax. Hopefully Tax makes it a bit easy. He does. So Bennett's looking good at the start of lap anyway. He's just on the long straight. On the soft tyres.
Hicklin will come across the line and goes 6th fastest. I think Nicky, yes he has. Nicky will come out. He did his lap on the mediums. But we'll have Plain Teddy. He needs to probably come out soon. Who do I want? Bennett.
Bennett's fastest in
seconds
sector
up.
2 also.
I think that's fastest to themselves because they're nowhere near Cheesy's time at the moment. So he might go fastest of the times if you exclude Cheesy's out of here.
Bit wide, going through the penultimate corner. And Bennett with a 135.0.
Still a whole second off, but he'll get through, you would like to think.
Oh, without a doubt.
Zach across the line goes only 9th faster, so he is in a bit of danger. SF maybe, I don't know which one's coming on this line. SF is on a lap, and he's not on a quick one. Neelix starting his lap, then Renault. Nicky starting his lap. We have a Ferrari. Hicklin probably not on a lap. No, he comes in the pits, almost misses the pit entry.
We've got Scopes on the lap in sector 3, looking very fast.
Quickly go on board with him then. Apparently the street says Div 1 still, and I'm pretty sure I changed it.
Oh no! Scopes messed up on the last corner, clipped the inside and hit the barrier on the outside, and it's got him 10th. That's going to come costly.
Yeah. What have we got then? Got Red Bull in the pit lane of SF. Williams on an outlap. Plain Teddy on an outlap. Trying to see who else is coming up next.
I think Nicky's on a time. He's just gone round the tight hairpin.
Felix is on a lap ahead of him. Hicklin has retired from the session. Venom has retired from the session as well after his crash. Coming into this section. So he is the first of the drivers out. Nicky would be a shock if he missed out. Zach goes up into 5th fastest for the Haas driver. Looking good for Haas. Neelix only 11th fastest, so that could be curtains for his qualifying session. And Nicky goes 2nd fastest with a 1:34.4, so we have a contender, maybe. Cheesy has to look over his shoulder.
Yeah, it gives us a bit more hope of a tighter Q3.
Drastic Blaze and Plain Teddy have been validated, so that may be it for our qualifying session. Scopes against damage. Neelix is down, and I think that will be that. So then the checker flag is out. So then, 2 Williams out of Q2. Red Bull of Felix. Alfa Romeo, Plain Teddy, and Alpha Tauri of Venom. The Cheesy train then setting the highlight time. As I'm very hot in here.
Yeah, I think the window open's not enough. I don't want to put the fan on either, otherwise that's just all you hear in the stream chat or in the stream. So just for you guys on stream.
Yeah, so Hicklin then gets through by half a tenth, or just under half a tenth. Benefiting from Scopes making a mistake at the final corner. But 11th isn't the worst place to start on fresh tyres, of course.
Now it gives you the first of the drivers to freely start on whatever tyre you want. Of course, softer hards is probably it seems to be the common one stopper. But if you want to play it safe and not avoid tyres dropping off towards the end of the Grand Prix or the end of your stint, then medium to hards it's possible. But then at the same time, soft, medium, soft. Again, it's all going to depend on what your driving style's like.
Yeah, of course. So everybody opting for softs in the end to get through, which is expected around here. Whether it be one stop or two stop, we will have to wait and see on that. We have an all dry race, so no interventions with the weather yet around Vietnam. But there's only been one wet session, I think, so far from what I remember.
It was, yeah.
I think it was Div 2 actually.
Yeah, Australia.
You commentated on that one actually as well.
I did indeed. It was a fantastic race to commentate on. I think it brought out. It certainly separated the men from the boys, and we saw a few good comebacks, especially notably from Connor. Actually, I remember watching him for the first few laps, and it was like he was new to the game and first time using no traction control. But then ended up crossing the line third, promoted up to second. After stewards had a look at a few incidents. Just having a look on the stream chat, Scopes confirming to us that he was quickest in Sector 1 and Sector 2, and then unfortunately lost it all in the last corner. Baggy fan Matt, tell us a joke. Nah.
Oh dear.
I want to say West Brom again. And then Baggy fan Southerner is the man. I probably won't be saying that after the joke. But
so predictions for poll then in the chat. If you could fire them in.
If you weren't sure going into Q2, you're probably going to be a bit surer now, even if it's just between two drivers.
See then, can Cheesy Train back up the pace he's been showing all session really? We'll wait and see what happens, as nobody has bothered coming up the pit lane yet.
Oh, we've got movement.
Oh, yeah, I've got movement. A racing point.
I've had a few votes already, and it's very one-sided in favour of Cheesy. In fact, everyone who's voted has said Cheesy. What else we got? Matt, if a racing point wins, will you spray more deep heat in your eyes? No, I won't. No, I won't. I won't be making bets like that again. But yeah, thanks, Gito. Moving on. Who's first out? Oh no, it was the Racing Point first down track. Of Bennett.
Yeah. We'll see. Will we get in the 33s even for Cheesy, or Nicky had good pace as well? As the track evolves ever more. Every car bar Benz is out on track. Depends if he has fresh tyres, of course.
Yeah, there'll be one set. Maybe the guys on track at the moment have got two fresh sets, or maybe one of some of the drivers are just using a worn out set of softs used in Q1 just to find a bit of a groove in this qualifying session, and finding where they can find more speed with a fresher set of tyres. Sometimes it works, but the risk of that is, of course, if you don't nail down your final qualifying run, you'd find yourself in 9th or 10th.
So then, the laps will start. The safety car is on track again. So, well, for us anyway, not for them. Thank for the the racing point of Bennett is the first man to set a lap as he's going around the first sector now. We'll see what the sector times are. See, as I think the split will come up around about now, and it's a 25.7 is the first time set
Oh, someone span it.
so far, and that is a Renault.
I think it's Connor. It's Connor. Or is he just letting everyone through?
Connor. Don't know. He was on a lap, so I think he might have spun. By the looks of it, there's a bit of I don't really know what's going on back there, but yellow flags. We'll carry on with Bennett. So it looks like Connor may have spun as he was on an actual lap, and maybe it has hampered another drive. I don't know. Use that spin. We'll see. But on the back foot. In the meantime, I think a Haas is coming up to them. 106.9, so he's on for about what he did last session, I think. Mid to low 34 seems to be on the cards. Go on board in this final couple of corners then. It hits the apex nicely indeed. A little bit scrubbing the exit. So close. The inside of 35.2 is the benchmark then.
Zach's going to be the next person to cross the line. And it's a
Haas I'm on board with.
36.1.
Nicky then, 34.4 on board with Cheesy, as he was the man to beat. Nicky matches his time from Q2. And only a 34.9 for Cheesy then. I say only because he set a 34 flat last session.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nicky, 5 tenths. Almost 5.5 tenths ahead. Panther is going again. Connor's in the pits, so that confirms he did make a mistake.
Yeah, Freeman just points out in the chat that there might have been a use set of soft tyres from Cheesy, like I said, maybe some drivers are doing. So without a doubt, expect Cheesy to get a lot quicker.
When you say used tyres, he only used, I think he used mediums in Q1 and one set of softs in Q2, so I would have thought that he had a handful of tyres to use in this session. Yeah, we will see.
Maybe he's just playing his Joker, getting us all excited.
Yeah. Panther then on his lap after having a poor first lap, or a mistake on the first lap, maybe somewhere. It's very wide. That was heading towards the wall. So I don't expect this to be the quickest time in the world. It's a bit scruffy.
Yeah.
Scruffy final sector. But it'll be a time on the board at least for the Ferrari driver. He's had a bit of bad luck in the first two races. He hits the wall on the inside of the final corner. Does beat his teammate, but he can definitely go a lot faster than that.
Absolutely, that wasn't Panther's cleanest laps. And yeah, well, first stint from all of these guys, or first run, over. Now it's time to get back into the pits, chuck on the fresh softs, and then you've got to throw everything on the track, leave nothing behind, get as close as possible as those barriers. And yeah. So Benz is actually starting a lap now. So this might be his one and only run, who knows? It comes down to turn 1 then. Takes a lot of that curb and a lot of that curb. A lot of curb action. Hanoi City Circuit is getting from the Alfa Romeo driver. Keeps it in between the lines, out of the walls. He comes across sector 1. It's a good first sector. Misses that apex. Can cut these. Can cut that chicane quite a bit, as I think we will see. Have seen already probably, and we'll see for the rest of the weekend.
as we wait and wait and wait. Got a lot to think about coming down here, but the only thing that matters is the braking point. Can he get that nailed? Brakes in a straight line, turns in, gets good traction on the exit, and carries on nicely indeed. 6.7, so he seems to be very competitive.
So that purple in Sector 1 and Sector 2 for Cooper Benz. I don't know if that's just, well, I'm assuming that's correct.
Yeah, we will see, of course. A bit wide through there. Narrowed on the exit. Wait and see where he comes across the line. Might have just missed out.
Oh,
he
no.
will miss out now. Well, it's going to be a good lap though. 35.6. He crossed the line, so it would have been a good lap.
Absolutely, we've seen that from a few drivers today. We saw that from Scopes in the last qualifying.
I'm pretty sure Connor's on a pretty good lap himself, actually. Don't hit the inside of the final corner. Comes up towards the line, and he is on provisional pole for the Vietnam Grand Prix as it stands, and it's a 1-2 on the grid for the Renault drivers. As Bennett now starts his lap, and he improved there. So Connor may have had a difficult first run, but he's bounced back in great fashion, you have to say. It's Bennett gets a big drift on through there.
Now, does that mean Connor's qualifying's done now? With 2 minutes 40 to go? I mean, at this point in qualifying, you're going to have as less fuel as possible, so maybe that is it for SLR Connor, 34.3.
Oh, Bennett's just ran wide, and I think he's backed off. Yes, he has. If he has enough fuel on board, he'll be alright as he gets out of the way of a Ferrari of Hickman, who is on a lap. So we'll see what happens. Climbs on the curb, on the apex, hairpin. We'll see a lot of hairpin action in this race. 106.5, and that's a few tenths off actually of what Connor did. So I don't probably ignore that purple.
Yeah.
Connor was 106.2 through the first two sectors. Seems to be a bit indecisive in this final sector. And okay, a couple of stabs at the wheel there, turning in, comes to the final corner. Where will this put him on the grid? Puts him sick fast on the third row. Bennett will start another lap. SF, it will be the next person to cross the line. You're right with Connor, his qualifying is over. Cooper Benz, his qualifying is over. So it's only these guys. Oh, SF spins, managed to catch it in the end. So this is his one and only run, by looks of it. He might have made a mistake on the first run, so this is the one that matters.
So was it you on board with SF1, yeah?
Yeah. See if you could keep an eye on what other people are doing as well. So he's a bit off the pace at the moment, is SF, after that half spin. But let's see what he can if he can get time on the board. As he comes into the final few corners, then there's a
Oh no.
safety car ahead of him, I believe. Yes, he does. Ooh, that doesn't get better anytime, but it's only 9th fastest then.
So Nicky's just gone fastest coming out of Sector 2. Apparently he's 2 tenths up going through Sector 3 now. 2 cars ahead though, that are on laps.
No flag. That's Hickman retiring in the pit lane. Bennett then will be next across the line. Where does that put him? 3rd fastest then. And then comes Panther. And then comes Nicky across the line, and he's on provisional pole then for This usurps his teammate with a 34.1. And who will be coming next? I think Cheesy will.
Cheesy.
He's up a little bit. 5/10 up. He's up. So he needs a good final sector then. And this could be him on pole. What can he do? Holds it in 6th, drops it down again to 5th. Stays in 5th through here. Still in 5th gear. Drops it down to 2nd then as he comes up towards the line. Don't turn in too early. He does. So he comes across the line then, and it's Cheesy on pole position for the Vietnam Grand Prix in Division 2. Unless Zach or SF can do anything about it. Zach goes 8th fastest,
and SF's in the pits.
SF comes into the pit lane. So there we go then, Cheesy. Didn't really improve from Q2, but is still managed to basically match his time and is on pole position with a 1:34.099.
Just looking into the chat, it looks like Tax might have actually given Cheesy a slipstream down the long straight.
Well then, there was a small gap between Nicky and Cheesy, so that could have been the difference.
Well, there you go. Congratulations, everyone who got. Congratulations, everyone who got their pole position predictions correct. Much closer than first anticipated, going based from qualifying 2, which is a bit of a relief because hopefully now that means it's going to be a nice tight race.
You want to hope, as apparently only SF used soft tyres for his run, which is very interesting. And they used no tyres. So top 10 then was Cheesy on pole from the 2 Renaults, with Nicky ahead of SLR Connor. Then comes Bennett in the Racing Point. On the 3rd row we have Tack in 5th and Panther in 6th. Then comes Hicklin in 7th, Zach in 8th, Benz in 9th, and SF in 10th race. As the session. Oh, okay. I don't really know what's going on now.
Oh, yeah. I just want to see what's going on for sure. I don't know if we're going to be doing what we did yesterday. I don't know if we're going to be restarting another lobby or not. Oh no, I don't think we are actually. No, I don't think we are because. Oh, actually, I haven't said that. I've only got 8 drivers, so maybe we are.
Oh. So yeah, maybe
7.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it looks like we're getting in a new lobby. Like you said, as what happened last night. And everybody's leaving, and I think we'll get kicked out soon. As we will take a breather then between qualifying and the race, a bit more of a breather than usual.
Yeah.
I said we'll do a 3-man race, of course.
So
new lobby being created. I would love an invite to that.
So of course, Division 1 was yesterday, but Merckx Elite, you're driving tomorrow. What's your thoughts going into the Grand Prix tomorrow, and where do you think are going to be the areas you might gain from? What are the areas you reckon you might lose out on? Yeah, just how do you think tomorrow's going to be for the elite guys? Because of course, there's different standard of driving compared to Division 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, I think I'm not all too confident for going into the race, but you know, just got to keep it consistent. I suppose I think that was kind of when I turned up at Australia. I was kind of like, well, you know, this is not a great track for me. Turns out Vietnam isn't a great track for me either. So, but I still managed to get points in Australia. So you know. And I'll start from the back of the grid then. So I hope that I can get a half decent qualifying position. But yeah, it's going to be close as always in the elite. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know what's going to happen, but to be honest, I could be anywhere on the grid. If I get points, then I'll be happy.
Indeed. Indeed. Just setting up a lobby now. Hopefully,
I'm going to take a quick break while we do this, so I'll be back shortly. Something can keep you entertained.
I'll certainly do my best. People in the stream chat, let's have a quick Q&A whilst we're waiting. Throw me some questions. Would it help actually if I chucked on the for a few seconds? Bloody very hot. No fan on. I'm making that sacrifice for you guys. There we go. Quick stream back up. Hello to all 28 viewers of you. For any of you wondering what is going on, because of unfortunate events that happened yesterday during qualifying, we made it. It'd be a safe bet to restart the whole lobby once qualifying was over, just so any potential glitches would not affect the race. Despite this, there was still one or two glitches in the race, but fortunately at the end they were all resolved. Of course, Cheesy on pole, only a turn ahead of Nicky. Fortunately, qualifying wasn't as, or was as tight. Compared to Q2, so hopefully that sets up a very decent race. Of course, hopefully at the same time, all the drivers remember their setups coming up to waiting on the grid, and the top 10 drivers, hopefully they all make sure they put on the softs. Stream a bit laggy. Right, I'll untick the box and tick it again. And I'm back. Do I sound good in the stream? Please let me know. From Scopes, both of you tell us a joke. Wow, that's probably best. The only other jokes we've got are probably not appropriate for this stream chat. Baggy fan, go on, hashtag team. Oh, he's back. He's back. Why did it cross the road, Mercs?
Because I wanted to see its flatmate.
Okay. Okay, a bit of an anti-joke there. Baggy fan, go on, hashtag Team Willy Boys. Yeah, driving for the Williams, it's SLR Scopes and Drastic Blaze. Fortunately, after a promising Q1, they got knocked out in Q2, but I think it was 11th or 12th. Or, well, no, Scopes was starting 11th, which gives the driver first option on what tyres to go on. But, of course, now we're restarting the lobby, it means the drivers in the top 10 will also have fresh tyres. Just hopefully they'll remember to put on the softs. Nicky, the track is a joke. Well, a lot of people aren't a fan of this track, so you're not far off. Cheesy train. No dirty jokes. Freeman is in here. Yep, we
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, the mic doesn't sound the best.
I'm just going to put my mic out and back in, see if. Right, hopefully that's better. We'll see. I don't know who we're waiting for actually. We got one extra driver, haven't we?
Oh, have we?
I know. I think it's just Renga hasn't.
Yeah, I think Ranga's being the host. Unless is Rango going to make a wildcard appearance?
He'll give you too quick for these guys.
People in the stream chat, is the mics all right now? Are we all good? Please let us know.
Testing.
I'm mainly asking new scopes. Because you're the one who's we are waiting on the grid to be. Yep. Oh yeah, of course, customized grid. We love the comms team. We do. Thank you very much, Baggy Fan. Baggy Fan racing in the Division 3 race later on. 2 consecutive points finishes for the rookie. Can he make it 3 out of 3 on what is a very difficult track? You want to tune in at 9 o'clock for the qualifying and the race to start at 10 o'clock. You'll be joined by, once again, Merckx and, if I'm correct, Riggsy.
You are correct. Yeah, so we wait to get the grid sorted. I missed these classic Get Us questions in the stream recently.
Yeah, you won't be getting any of them today. So he's away because of an anniversary of his girlfriend. So the lad doesn't know his priorities. It's always racing. Racing comes first.
I think we're actually going now anyway. Let's see. Time to go then for the Vietnam Grand Prix in Division 2. Ooh, hopefully. Well, it's kind of set out to be a very close race at the front. Where it will be is obviously a different story. But I'm sure it'll be interesting on the first lap.
First lap round Vietnam. I can't remember how it was in Division 1 yesterday, but from what we saw in the F2 race anyway, when you've got 2, 3 side by side going around the first sector in the first lap, it doesn't always end well. So hopefully all the drivers will approach the first lap with caution, and then we could be on for a decent race with all drivers still intact, none of them with any damaged wings.
Yeah, well, we hope so. We'll obviously see. 3 into 1 it doesn't go. Especially when you got 3 2-meter wide Formula 1 cars around the tight and twisty section at the start of the lap. But yeah. We will see, of course. I don't know how much of a break we are having.
I'm presuming 5 minutes.
I'm going to ignore that comment in the Discord, in the stream.
Yeah, yeah, I've just seen it. Let's have a few race winner predictions, shall we? I don't think we've chucked that out yet. Of course, many people in the stream chat got Cheesy correct with pole position. Is Cheesy your man in the race? Please let us know.
Yeah, well, yeah, race predictions. If you are in the top 10, start on the soft compound tyre, because everyone who qualified into Q3 qualified on the soft compound tyre. If you're outside the top 10, you can start on any tyre you like. The only difference being it is, well, not different anymore, would be fresh tyres, but everyone's got fresh tyres now, so but yeah, we will see. Benz for the win. Had a good opening race. I don't think he had. I don't know if he got points last week. I can't exactly remember. But he certainly got good pace.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think he
Just
might have
hopefully
got points,
everyone.
I'm not sure. Yeah, it's going to be close. That is for sure.
We've got Baggy Fan, either of the Williams boys to finish on the podium. Of course, you've got Scopes and 11th starting on the mediums. I've just noticed as well in the other Williams, you've got Blaze. Looks like he may be starting on the hards.
Okay. I'll see when they get on the grid. They've readied up. I don't know if that's early or not. I hope it isn't. For everyone else's sake, but obviously they got to remember to put their setups on, which hadn't been put on, so that could be part of people's lack of pace today. And I will get the stuff up as it underway. The formation app is underway. Quickly run you through the grid then. Cheesy first with 1:34.0. Closely followed by the two Renaults, who have been showing good pace, so hopefully they can continue their form. Nicky in second, Connor in third, then comes Bennett in fourth in the Racing Point. New driver tag in the Alpha Tauri. Did a good qualifying on debut. P5, Panther. P6, hope he has some good luck today. Hicklin in 7th. Good showing for Ferrari as well so far. Zach in 8th, our round 1 winner. Ben's in 9th. SF in 10th. Scopes is on the medium compound tyres in 11th. Neelix choosing the softs in 12th. 13th is Jurassic Race on the hard compound tyres, so definitely going for a one-stop. Plain Teddy, new driver to Division 2, is on the soft compound tyres. Venom is also on the soft compound tyres in 15th. And then the two Mercedes, original in 16th on the medium tyres, and Leah in 17th on the medium tyres. Quick prediction for the race then, Southerners. Who do you think is going to win?
I'm going to say Cheesy. I know Freeman put earlier in the stream chat that his race pace is so-so, but I think we saw great race pace from Cheesy last week in Bahrain. I know it's a completely different track, but I think this is Cheesy's time to shine. But hopefully the Renault boys won't be too far behind.
Yeah, I think it's going to be interesting. As Bennett has been disqualified, there's been collision between 4th and 5th drivers, so that could have been a clear run for the front three, as they will have cooler tyres as we start reforming for the grid. If I was to choose anyone, I would probably have to go with Cheesy as well, but for the sake of going for someone different, I will go with Nicky. So yeah. So it seems there was a bit of a collision between Tack and Bennett, but as the Mercedes come into the grid start, hopefully I get a good view. There we go then, 3, 4, 5 red lights. Lights out and away we don't go. I don't really know what's going on now. Oh, we go. There we go, that was quite weird, but we're now going then down into turn 1. Bennett actually gets a great start. Cheesy is up the inside. Oh, 3 into 1 does not go. And there's contact in the back. Cars running off. 3 wide coming around here. Racing Point gets forced off, and he's going around the outside of Connor. I think he's going to try and make the move stick, but he'll have to give up the position eventually. And it's a poor start for Nicky, who has lost out a lot of positions. And Cheesy keeps the lead so far, coming into Sector 1. So it moves in the background.
Like Connor slightly outbroke himself into turn 1.
Yeah, sees. Oh, there's a Racing Point then. Up the inside, this could. Oh, that is very tight indeed as they all file through then. First time down this straight, as Cheesy has a big lead. Will we see Connor coming back at Bennett then, as they are making moves left, right, and centre. And oh my, there's a Red Bull out of nowhere. Oh my word.
No.
What is going on? He's on his front tyres and he's just dive bombed completely. And I have no words for that. It's just poor braking, and that is ruined Connor's start completely. There's front wing shattering everywhere. What is going on here? The Mercedes is off. They're all concertinaing up to the pack. And with no safety car, this is pretty disastrous. There's a side-by-side through here as well. Ben's, Venom, Blaze.
Zach in the pits.
Going slow. Zach's in the pits. Jesus has fast trap. Jurassic Blaze is in the pits. On board with our race leader. 2.9 seconds clear. And what a first lap that was.
It sure was. I mean, really unfortunate for the people who got caught up in the SF1. Well, it looked like a brake failure. I mean, we know it wasn't, but yeah, it certainly did not look great. I've just looked at this chat, and it looks like Bennett's bagged himself a pen after 2 corners, new SLR record.
Yeah, SF retires then. So you could see a quali man coming his way. Don't want to speak too early on that one, but it wasn't pretty at all.
Wasn't, but it looks like on Bob of Hicklin that there might be an overtake possibly here between the Ferrari boys.
Yeah, hopefully there's some team orders. We'll see. They're going side by side, so battle for position very close between the two drivers. Hicklin up the inside. Panther leaves him a lot of room, and that is a good move from Hicklin then up into P4. As the race starts to settle down, Nicky then, after a pretty poor start, has made himself back up into P3. I didn't really see that happen. There was too much going on lap 1. And yeah, I think we're kind of starting to settle down at the moment. Got a couple of close battles here.
Just looking into the biggest winners so far. Scopes up 5 places, Plain Teddy up 7 into 7th. Venom also up into the points after being knocked out in qualifying 2. I think started 15th. Yeah, of course, a lot of drivers gaining positions from that incident in lap 1.
Yeah, DRS now enabled then. And Plain Teddy is in the within the 1 second window, but Scopes ahead is also in range as well of Panther ahead of him, who seems to be lacking pace at the early stages of this Grand Prix. Don't know if he has any damage or not. Doesn't look like he does. So maybe just lacking in pace at the start. But Scopes on the medium compound tyres has made an excellent start.
Because if you're Scopes now, what do you do? I mean, clearly, I presume Scopes probably going for a 1-stop, possibly. I mean, we don't know what the guys in front and behind are doing, but if you are going for a 1-stop, do you just not fight Plain Teddy and focus on your own race?
Yeah, so here comes Scopes in. Is he going to be close enough? Panther has literally barely any DRS. He goes deep. Oh, he's going to be on the curve, so this is going to be a poor exit from the Ferrari man. Well, no, it was a poor exit from the Williams man. Like, somehow he's managed to stay ahead as they keep firing along in the train. Oh, that's deep. Oh my god, that was close. A double whammy for a collision there. I think there's a bit of a train behind SLR Connor. No, not at the moment. I think original and Tack going side by side. Cheese train sets another fastest lap, and he is dropping fastest laps like.
Oh, Plain Teddy's lost it. He's into the barrier.
Oh,
he's lost an end plate on the left.
Oh,
and I think Venom's done the same as well in the last corner.
I just seen front wing fly off, and I believe you are right.
Yeah, I think he done that trying to avoid Plain Teddy.
Yeah, we might see Leah coming up to them very shortly then. I think we will, to be honest. They're going to be too slow. They're going to have to come into the pits. Quickly on board with Scopes. He's right on the back of Panther. And they've literally got no ERS to pair of them. By the looks of it. He comes down the inside into the chicane. Should make the move stick. Does very nicely as Benz watches on keenly with a large amount of interest as Panther gets all over the curb. Haven't really got much ERS. Look how much ERS Benz has got though.
It's because if
he just burns this off, he'll just make mincemeat of all these, but he's choosing to save it. And Panther's coming back. Will he go down the inside? There's the yellow flag in sector 1. And that is Original.
Original's lost it.
Original's lost it. Oh, that's close. Bit of wheel banging. Rubbing his racing, as they say. Benz is still looking interested, but he's not going to make the move. And Panther stays ahead once again.
Further down 10th, MRC Leah on the medium tyres is catching up on Plain Teddy and Venom, who I'm. Oh, they have. Oh.
Original is in
Venom.
time, Perry.
Venom just hit the wall again. He's going to have to pit this lap. There can't be anything left in that front wing. It must just be a plank of wood.
Look, he's crawling all over the back of him. And he's in. That promotes Leah and Neelix up then. Oh, Plainteady's spinning the pit lane, unfortunately. Oh, well, I'll just quickly go on board with Scopes again. Is he down the inside of turn 1? Will he make the move stick this time? Surely. Benz is still watching on. Is he going to try and make a move around the outside? Doesn't really have the speed and he drifts wide a bit with the dirty air. But he's lined up Panther very nicely indeed. And he's got the run surely down into the chicane. You would like to think so. More ERS. And he has done. And Panther's been relegated 2 positions as a couple of drivers. In the pits of Plainteady and Venom will now venture out the pit lane after getting damage. So what can Benz do then? He's 1.2 seconds behind, but he's out the DRS. Panther in the DRS. So will he come back? That's the Alfa Romeo driver. Also Neelix on the back of MLC Leah. Panther opts not to go for the move, and I think Neelix will not opt to. He's not close enough.
That's too far away.
Yeah. Bit of a sit rep then. Cheesy Train leads by 3.1 seconds. With Bennett behind. And then comes Nicky, Hicklin, Scopes, Benz, Panther, Leah, Neelix and Zach. Pits top 10 as original comes into the pits again, I believe. So it's a poor start from him. Tyres, please. I will put the tyres on.
Yeah, you've got 4 drivers on the hard tyres at the moment. Zach is Beast, who... Well, it says I can't go with the tyres on here. You've got the top guys who saying they've got 0 laps, so...
Yeah.
Well, all I know is Drastic Blade started on the hards, but unfortunately is 26 seconds behind Connor, who's in 14th.
Yeah, so Benz has quickly caught up to the back of Scope, so Ben's looking quick at the moment. There's a sizable gap to Hicklin ahead, but there's also a sizable gap to Nicky, who just entered the DRS zone by the looks of it. So we'll keep an key interest on that. There's Ben's then coming down here. How much of his overtake will he use? He's still got plenty left, he doesn't use that much. Make sure he's in the DRS window. He's just
Nicky breathing down Bennett's neck now.
That's very close. We'll have a look on board with Neelix in the DRS. Will he go for the move? Has a little look, but opts out of the move and stays behind in 9th. His yellow flag is sector 2. Is that Connor again? No, it's AlphaTauri of TAC who has spun. I don't know if he's got damage. Seems like he's kept out the wall. What am I doing? There we go. Had him brain fade the old spectator menu there. But here we have Nicky then. On the back of Bennett, has caught back up to the Racing Point driver. I think he'll be...
Yeah, I presume he's going to be saving it for the long straight.
Yeah, he'll be up alongside him soon.
But more ERS, by quite a bit actually. Bennett's almost... Yeah, Bennett's on 6% ERS. Obviously it's going to increase our governance to the braking.
So that's probably why, partly why Nicky's actually caught up to him. He's been able to exploit that. But here we go then. On board with the Renault driver. Can he get himself back up to where he started? After a poor start to the Grand Prix, he's making up for it. I think he's keeping Cheesy honest as he goes for a move around the outside. Will Bennett fight back? No, he thinks better of it. Smart from the Racing Point driver, and he now try and go on towards Cheesy as Bennett gets a big tank slapper on the exit.
Did indeed. Cooper Ben still breathing down the neck of Scopes also, but on the softer tyre. And then you've got Neelix half a second behind Leah, who is also Neelix also chasing on the softer tyre, but that's going to extend now. Neelix just had the rear slide out a tiny bit.
Yeah, I think those softs are wearing off for most of the drivers as Bennett comes into the pit lane. So he's triggering the pit stop window and the undercuts. What will they go on to?
Got Ferrari pitting as well, Hicklin.
Let's see. On board with, and it is the medium compound tyres then for Bennett, and Hicklin does the medium as well, and they are definitely not 7-lap old tyres, so ignore that graphic on the left hand side. As we see Ben's hunting down the scopes forevermore, as it seems. The yellow flag in sector 3. I think it's an Alpha Tauri, maybe. Not sure. But Connor is ahead of Venom, and I think Venom has actually spun as well, and he's got wing damage again, unfortunately for Alpha Tauri. A poor start, and he has retired from the session. So that is one Alpha Tauri out. The other Alpha Tauri obviously
back on
a start.
Back on board with Benz, he's right behind Scopes. DRS open now. Scopes already going a bit defensive. He's past him. Yeah, past him before the break-in. That is Benz into third.
Good move from Benz then. I think he might be coming to the pit soon, as we'll see what. Go aboard with our race leader then, who's coming into the pit lane. And he has led every lap so far, but I think that is about to change as Nicky stays out and will take the lead of this Vietnam Grand Prix. What tyres will our race leader go on? And I think it's the mediums, so it could be a 2-stop as well. Well, unless he can take them to the end on fresh tyres, of course. It'll be interesting to see where he comes out.
Just checking out on the guys at the back, it looks like Connor's just got the move done on Tack. Is Tack going to do anything in the inside? He does. He's putting his nose in there, cut the corner a bit, and resulting in a 3-second time penalty. Connor gets the move done into 12.
Yeah, we'll quickly go back on board with Cheesy, as he's come out right behind this battle between Benz and Scopes. Oh, Scopes down the inside.
Oh!
Got to be careful. Cheesy's got to be really careful because they're fighting. And this will help out Nicky to try and catch up a little bit to Cheesy, but I think Cheesy's going to just burn his ERS. Got a great helicam shot here. This is going to get tasty coming down here. He's just nowhere. He's trying his best to look. Oh, this could end in tears. Benz backs out in the end, and Cheesy's going to make a double overtake. And he makes it stick, and that is crucial for his race at this stage, that he made that move stick.
And what does Nicky do now? Does Nicky stick to the 2-stop? Because Cheesy pitting a lap before would have done Cheesy the world of good. The gap's probably got a bit bigger, but Nicky has actually gone into the pits.
Nicky in the pits then. What tyres will he go on is the question. Should come out, I think he's going to come out in about 5th place. And 4th place is Ben's pits as well. Goes on the medium tyres as well. Benz will come in. I don't think anybody's trying the 1-stop at the moment. Maybe Panther is at the back there. Let's see.
I think Panther started on the softs though, because he qualified in the top 10.
Yeah, so
I think he might have.
Okay,
Maybe, yeah.
So Nicky comes out 4th place behind Bennett. So Bennett has managed to get the undercut, make it work. There's not really much going on. There's a great battle for P12 at the moment. That turns into P10, but we'll see what that comes at the end of the race. But there's a great battle going on between them two. They can't seem to get rid of each other. So we'll quickly change to Nicky actually, who's burning all his overtakers. He's going to go down the inside of Bennett. It's quite tight to make an overtake here. Bennett holds it around the outside. They're still side by side, coming down to this, and Bennett just about stays ahead. Will Nicky go for the move? And he will stay behind and think better of it. Good defending from the Racing Point driver.
Tax just got past Connor again, but now we're going up to the long straight where I expect Connor to, well, get it back. But having said that, he's only on 10% ERS.
Leah then, on the soft compound tyre compared to Panther's hard compound tyres, makes an easy move into the hairpin as Scopes comes into the pit lane. What tyre will he go on to?
Oh, and Tax lost it. Oh no, and there's a collision. Neelix has hit him. So Tax lost it on the curb after, or in the hairpin. He lost it. Unfortunately, Neelix was right behind. Has lost a front, broke a bit of his front wing because of it.
Oh, that is. Oh, he's running wide as well. Zach's got to be careful when coming up to him. Scopes has put on the softcom tyres, by the way. Oh, he's trying to find a way pass. He does eventually make a way pass. Neelix is going to have to trundle back to the pit lane, unfortunately, and that is not good for the Red Bull man. And there's an incident between Scopes and Benz, I believe. Benz, well, it might not have been between them two, but Benz has had an incident, that's definitely for sure, as he's missing a part of his front wing, unfortunately. And so is Scopes, so I think there was definitely an incident between them two. Just as I was looking on board with Neelix, they've had an incident of their own. And that is not good news for them two at all.
It's not. It brings Plain Teddy into play for 6th place. Hopefully, yeah, it's been made easy for Plain Teddy, who moves up to 6th, and now is going to be chasing down Scopes, who's on the softer tyres, but unfortunately with a bit of the wing missing.
Yes, indeed. So then Bennett still got Nicky behind him. He's doing a sterling effort, I have to say, and Cheesy is just checked out at the moment. Solid face from the Haas driver. Plain Teddy does get past Scopes. And
Scopes is really struggling.
Yeah, both into the pit lane. Unfortunate for them two, looking good for some decent points. Still, obviously possible, anything possible for the rest of this race, but they've just made their job a lot harder.
Just the point made again. Plain Teddy in 5th place, recently promoted from Division 3.
Yeah,
Makes the drive ever impressive.
I think it shows, well, if you keep it clean at the moment, it pays dividends. As Nicky then going to make an easy pass on Bennett. Bennett will have nothing left to fight back as he's drained a lot of his ERS. Ooh, gets very close to the back of the rear end of Nicky's Renault. Let's make the move.
I think Tax just made contact with the barrier again, going through the first roundabout of Sector 1, and because of this, Scopes has easily gone past.
Yeah, definitely has. He's got damage. In a tough debut by the looks of it for Tac, unfortunately.
It's got worse!
Had a big spin. Just as I said that, I've applied the commentator's curse once again. And he's going to try and turn around. Oh, that's a big clout with the walls. Luckily he didn't take a tyre off. But that is unfortunate for the AlphaTauri driver. And that will be curtains for his race. Of course, there is no safety car for this weekend.
Leah right behind Teddy, chasing on the softs within half a second.
Should be able to make the move stick soon enough. Strike while the iron is hot, as they say. These soft tyres will start to wear eventually. Not quite sure how long Plain Teddy's been on these tyres with the number of laps. He definitely hasn't been on these tyres 19 laps, 13 laps gone. So we'll see. Maybe Leah's going to wait for the straight to make that, as he's failed on the 2 DRS zones. He seems to have more grip through here. There's a nose in, and that is Tac again going slowly. He ventures into the pit lane and has retired from the session. Unfortunate debut Then for the AlphaTauri driver as Leah will make the move. Teddy is trying to fight it. Will he fight it into the braking zone? He has a little look. I think's fair of it. And that's Leah up into P5.
Referring back to tack, yeah, not a great day at the office for the AlphaTauri guys. Really unfortunate for them too.
Quickly interrupt you on board with Scopes. He's been squeezed into the wall by Zach, and he's got another bit of front wing damage. It was he tried to go around the inside of that little bit, which would turn into the outside, and he's just lost it trying to go through there. Did a big squeeze into the wall, and he's now lost another end plate. I think Williams is going to run out of front wings at this rate. Unfortunate for Scopes, everything looked to be going so well.
Yeah, just Scopes, bless him at the moment, just can't catch a break at the moment. Trouble in the Formula 2 earlier on in the week with fuel issues. And from what was looking like a very promising Grand Prix, unfortunately, 2 broken wings in the past few laps. Looked to have taken possibly a great race away from him.
Yeah, you'd like to think so. Never know, of course. Connor seems a bit slow at the moment. Scopes has still got good pace with wing damage. Zach is just sitting there comfortably behind, waiting for things to happen. This is the closest battle.
I think
Scopes just picks up some money as well.
I think Connor pitted on lap 1 after being involved in that carnage at the end of the hairpin. So I think he's been on these tyres for about 13 laps.
Yeah, Scopes then will make the move. Zach, I'm just waiting. And Scopes gets up into 8th place, but does have wing damage crucially.
Oh, and Zach's gone into the back
I've
of
just
Connor.
seen that. I was just on board with Connor. He's got a big shunt on the rear end. Not quite. Zach has just completely missed his braking point by the looks of it. And it's trouble for the Haas driver.
Yeah, end plate missing on the right.
Seems to be end plates going off left, right, and centre at the moment, but only through retirement so far. Yeah, that is kind of ruined that battle a little bit. As Zach's missed the pit lane, only just about managed as he can. But yeah, Cheesy then. The gap is under 5 seconds. I believe they will be coming in one more time. He's got the weird engine glitch by the looks of it. So I won't go on board with him. I'll stay off board. Zach fits
Just trying to see what
medium tyres by the looks of it.
There's mediums. Still a chance for points for Zach. I mean, we've seen a lot of, like you said earlier, end plates falling off the front of cars, going into the wall. So there's still to play for. I know there's a big gap to 10th, but you lose a lot of time in the pits.
Yeah. I think it's about 33 seconds through the pit lane. Effectively, you only lose about 20 seconds around that mark due to missing a couple of corners. But the gap out front then it is around 5 seconds and staying around 5 seconds as it stands. Is that coming out of the pits and just ahead of Neelix as Hickman pits from 4th place.
He knows what tyres is he going to go on. It is the hards, is that right?
He's gone on the hard compound tyres, interestingly. Sure, that's a mistake. They'll easily make the end, of course.
Maybe he ran out of mediums.
Neves has a little look down the inside. Sorry to interrupt. He's taking a shallow line, so he won't really make that stick, unfortunately, for the Red Bull driver. But yeah, hard seems to be an odd choice.
I can only presume that he ran out of mediums, and of course the softs, unless you're really good with tyre management, the softs probably won't last for another 12 laps, so maybe that's all he had available to him.
Yeah, the race seems to kind of settled down now. There's not really that much going on. After a hectic start, you would have to say.
Yeah, so yeah, quite a stretched out field now. I mean, the top three, as long as they all keep it cool, keep it professional at the top, I would like to think the top three are going to stay the same. I can't say I've seen any penalties from any of them at all, to be honest.
No,
They
it's
might even be able
hopefully.
to fit in another pit stop.
Yeah, we'll see. Don't know what their tyre wears on. Cheesy's got 90% ERS, 90 plus percent ERS. So he's sitting pretty. Nicky's made a mistake on this lap by the looks of it, or because he's lost a second in like the last lap. So he might have made a mistake somewhere. But good racing.
Just like
Go on.
say, Zakis Beast is closing on Drastic Blaze. That's side by side with him.
We go on board with that. Very tight in there. Oh, forces him off. Fights back. Tricky to get two cars round there. As we've seen previously throughout the weekend, and Jurassic Blaze got wing damage as well, so that would make his car understeer kind of through that corner. And Zach squeezes past as Blaze gets a bout of understeer. As Connor enters the pit lane, he would hope for the last time.
Yeah, he's on the softs as well, so might be one to look out for, depending on how far behind he is from the drivers coming out the pits. It looks like he's going to come out in 10th, so despite the start, it still could be a points finish for Connor. Fingers crossed, touch wood, everything goes well to the end of the Grand Prix.
Yeah,
but then there is a 15-second gap to Cooper Benz.
Well, let's see if we can pick up any points. I think the two Ferraris are quite close to each other once again. You can see some team orders. Hopefully no collisions. No percent ERS for Hickman. As dives down the inside, they are fighting each other. Cuts the corner on the process. Does make the move in the end.
Yeah, they gave each other plenty of room, which is what you like to see.
Pink Panther might be going to the end of the Grand Prix. Yeah, it could be solid points for the Ferrari boys.
So then just behind the Ferrari boys, you've got Scopes catching on the softs. So has he been into the pits again since, or is it still with...
No,
I know he's still got the broken front wing.
Yeah. Choosing to stay out. You'd think he'd have to pit again as well, unfortunately. Did note that Blaze had a 5-second time penalty for spinning in the pit lane when he entered, and he's 16.6 seconds behind original back. Yeah, we'll see what Scopes can do then down the end of the straight, all over the back of Panther. He's already had one collision on this straight. He doesn't want another one. What's Panther's ERS looking like? Very similar. Well, they were before they come to the straight. And he's burned all his ERS before he's even got to the DRS, so he should be alongside him at least. They go side by side down towards the hairpin. Scopes is ahead. I think Panther will have much to answer for here. He leaves him a lot of room once again. I think he knows his battles this race. He just wants to bring the car home. The car home, I should say.
Just say, I was just on board with Panther after he exited that hairpin. A lot of wheel spin. Of course, I don't know for sure, but those tyres don't look great. I mean, brave of him to... Oh, he's just had a moment with the wall, I think. Yeah, I think he might have to pit again. Those tyres don't look great. And he goes into the pits, having said that.
Oh, you must be Mystic Matt.
What can I say?
As Plain Teddy comes to the pit lane, serving a stop go. And puts on the soft compound tyres to run to the end of the Grand Prix. Let's see what Panther goes on. He's on the mediums. mediums then to round out this Grand Prix. See what he can do.
Teddy back up the 7th from the softs. Ben's made it nice and easy for him. Good teamwork.
Behind Zach, by the way. What were you saying, sorry?
I was just saying now, I'm playing Teddy. Just got past Cooper Ben's. Obviously, Teddy on the softs and Ben's on the hard. Ben's made it nice and easy. But, oh, Panther's just made a move. Oh, yeah. Zach fights back.
Oh, that's going to be close to the wall. Oh, we managed to keep it out of the wall. But yeah, you're not seeing much side-by-side action through there. Lee's got a penalty for spinning in the pit lane, unfortunately, as he comes in from 4th place. Wonder what the tyres are looking like at the front.
I've just noticed I'm on board with Zach and he's got the fuel light on with 8 laps to go, which is not what you want to see.
Ooh, that's interesting. Especially when there's no safety car to even help him out. So he must have ran quite low on fuel. I think Leah's gone on to the softs. Let's see where he comes out. Should be near the Ferrari. The head of Hicklin then. He's going to fly away from Hicklin. Because he's on the hard compound tyres.
Well, on Ralph then. I think it's just the top 3 who haven't made that second stop. It's going to be down to who's going to pit first, of course. I mean, if Cheesy pits first, do Nicky and Bennett just try and stretch it out to the end of the race? If they haven't said that, the mediums
Cheesy
to
pits.
the end from when they pitted. There you go.
Nicky pits. And it's...
So does Bennett.
Third time's a charm. Bad things happen in threes, they say, so... Oh yeah... This is a bad choice, but there's a 44-second gap behind Bennett and Leah, and I think they'll all go on the soft compound tyres. They do. Nicky might have got held a bit from the racing point there. And they'll come out in clear air. So it's really a free-horse race out front. By the looks of it, you could be seeing your podium finishes barring some argy-bargy. Or any mistakes from the front 3.
Looking further back, Panther's just made the move for 10th off Zach's Beast. And Scopes is in the pits again.
Be a front wing change for the Williams driver. He should come out around where this battle is, actually, I think. Might come out ahead, I'm not sure. It doesn't look like he will. Oh, front wing's just flown off in the background. I think Zach has just... No, someone's just run wide and smacked their front wing off. Trying to see who it is. It's Panther... No, I'm not sure who that was then. I just saw front wing flying off. But yeah, like I said, Scopes is literally right there. Oh!
Whoa, that was close.
That's the outside. Makes the move stick. And he's going to be quickly onto the back of Panther. He runs wide himself, and is there an opportunity already before the straight even starts? It's going to be close. Just to get through. He's going to burn his ERS already. He'll get DRS as well. Panther won't have DRS. He won't have anything to fight back with. Will Zach go from movie too far back? He will stick behind. Gap out front then is 5.8. Leah sits fast lap of the Grand Prix, but he is a whole 21 seconds behind Bennett.
Does make you think though what Leah could have done if it wasn't for, well, unfortunately disconnecting from qualifying.
Oh yeah, from the back of the grid.
It's going to be a matter of what if.
From the back of the grid, you've got to say, it is a great performance from the Mercedes man, bouncing
Absolutely.
back from unfortunately disconnected in qualifying. Actually, he did disconnected before qualifying even begun.
I think it was actually, yeah. So, yeah, that's even more impressive actually. Not doing any laps in qualifying, straight into the race and finding himself up to 4th. Fantastic performance so far.
Yeah. It's not really much going on apart from this battle for the one World Championship point.
Cheesy just setting the fastest
yeah.
lap, 1:36.
There you go. Oh, Panther almost hits the wall. But Zach in the slipstream. Oh, he taps the wall behind him. He's going to go for the move. He's going to go down the inside. He will go down the inside. Let's go side by side. Panther leaves him room and he lets him go, as he's done with pretty much everybody else in this race. And he is kind of not put that much up. I'm just going to shut up. The heat has got to me.
It's too hot, Mercs.
Yeah,
it's too hot.
I can't even get. We've had a couple of votes for Drive of the Day already. They've put Leah Drive of the Day, and I would tend to agree with that. Vietnam can be.
It's hard not to.
As we've seen, Vietnam can be a tough track.
Yeah, at the moment, if it finishes as it does, it's hard not to give it to Leah. But like Bayer fans just said, also a bit of a shout out to Plain Teddy. Also, 6th place, closing in on Hicklin. Looking good for 5th at the moment, and this is after just being promoted from Division 3.
Yeah, could be interesting. Could get interesting in these closing laps and between Plain Teddy and Hicklin. There's Panther still in the DRS zone of Zach, so maybe this fight for 1 point is still going and is not over just yet. Having said that, there's not much ERS going on between them. I think there's going to be an interesting battle for P7 soon as well.
Yep, just about to say actually, Connor and Scopes catching up on Cooper Benz, who is on wearing out hard.
There's some battles going on in the closing laps. Not a battle for the lead. Oh, and Panther somehow managed to keep out of the wall.
My word. See, if in commentary we're both sweating because of the heat, I dread to think what these drivers are going through at the moment. They haven't got a fan in their face whilst racing here. Dear me.
Benz is in the pits, so that just kind of ruins their fight. But we have a fight for P5 at the moment, and a fight for P7. As Plain Teddy up the inside and makes the move sick, but Hickman will be able to fight back, of course, down the straight. Have a little look then back towards Scopes. Is he going to go for the move? I think he will wait for the straight. Oh, taps the back, gives him a little nudge, and he's spun. And I don't know if he's got damage at all, but that's not going to help his chances at all, as I think Hickman has come back. Plain Teddy gives him a little nudge as well. There's a little bit of barging on, little love taps going on as Plain Teddy gets a super exit, I have to say, and takes the position back.
There you go. That's the difference between the softs and the hard tyres, ladies and gents. I've also just noticed Nicky is catching Cheesy Train.
Oh, Scopes has hit the back of Connor there side by side. You're right, I think maybe Cheesy has made a mistake, so there could be a battle going on. Don't want to get your hopes up. Of course, Scopes goes up the inside, has a little nose in, and he's got damage again. Unfortunately, it seems to be a recurring theme for the Williams driver so far. But yeah, the gap at front has now dramatically. Can't really see if there's any damage. No damage then, visually, for the Haas driver. Coming up to the back of... Is that original? Yeah, it is original. Yeah. In the Mercedes. So quickly have a look at Scopes, who's all over the rear end of Connor.
So yeah, it doesn't seem to be escaping despite the broken front wing of the Williams driver.
Yeah, you're right about that. I think he'll wait for the straight again. As he sits behind. He has got that wing damage. Oh, he has a little look at the exit and he goes down the inside. It's side by side.
Oh no!
Oh, there's a little tap. It just gets squeezed onto the curb and has a lower exit, but he'll be in the DRS. There isn't.
Sorry
really
to interrupt, but that gap at the
DRS.
top, it is closing. It's 2 seconds.
Well, then viewers don't go away as Scopes down the inside of Connor. And he does make the move stick, but he does have that wing damage, of course. They still go side, they continue to go side by side. Scopes does eventually make the move. And he's up into P7 at the moment. On board then with our race leader, and you can see Nicky just there, 1.3 seconds, and he's struggling for pace. He doesn't have front wing damage visually, so I don't know that in the if it's any worse, but we'll see as the gap is ever closing with 2 and a bit laps to go. Cheesy does have the benefit.
I think something must have happened with Cheesy.
Yeah.
Trying to overtake the lap car, because as soon as he overtook him, he was swerving left and right. As if, wow, I presume it's not going to be for warming up the tyres. I wouldn't have thought at this stage of the Grand Prix, so...
No, it's like he's got the anchor out all of a sudden. And decided to put on a show, maybe. I'm sure he hasn't, but it seems a bit odd. There's complete drop off in pace, because I'm pretty sure the gap was over 8 seconds at one point. So I'm not quite sure what Cheesy is doing or has done, as Leah has left the session, unfortunately.
No. I can't invite.
I'm pretty sure his car will finish in 4th. And
Yeah.
should give him.
Yeah.
They should give him that position. But 2 laps to go then. Gap is 1.1 seconds. And this could be anybody's game. There's a battle in the back for P11 between Neelix and Benz for no championship points at the moment. But as we come on to the back straight, gap is exceeded. Cheesy's pushing at the moment as the gap has dropped dramatically out front.
Cheesy might just get away with this. He's got more 1.6 seconds ahead. Unless something dramatic happens within the next lap and a quarter, I think Cheesy should have this.
Yeah, you'd like to think so at the moment, but of course anything can happen in Formula 1, and it usually does. If you have a look then, Ben's going to make a move. No, he isn't. It's tantalisingly close to DRS at the moment. Leah's joined back.
Oh.
Might have got an invite of someone else, of course.
I said I wasn't. Yeah, I didn't.
But then, on to the final lap. Benz and Neelix going side by side. Benz makes a move into the chicane. Gap is 1.3 on the final lap. And I think, as you were saying, that Cheesy might just do this. Keep it in between the lines, out of the barriers, and this is yours. Connor actually is on the back of Zach, so they could be duelling on the last lap.
I think Zach just got past corner. I think Connor's
Cheesy's hit the wall.
Oh, jeez!
Cheesy's hit the wall, coming onto the straight, and this could be Nicky's time to snatch a win at the death.
So he might not get him at the end of the straight, but going through sector 3, if Cheesy's got damage, I'm just looking. I think he has. I think he's lost his
He's got damage.
left end
I saw
plate.
it fly off. The damage fly off.
Oh,
So this
both
is
end
gonna
plates are gone.
Both end plates are gone for the Haas driver. This is going to be an incredible finish to the Vietnam Grand Prix in Division 2. Has Cheesy just lost it all. He has track position at the moment, but it's going to be tough around this final sector. He runs a bit wide. Nicky's going to be all over the back of the Haas driver. And he's slowing down.
He's going to get him.
I think Nicky's going to get him. He's going to go around the outside. And he's going to take the lead on the last lap of the Vietnam Grand Prix in Division 2. And depending on penalties, so we don't know that, but he's going to take the win on track as long as he gets it round the final corner. And it's an unbelievable finish to this race as Nicky wins on track and does win the Vietnam Grand Prix. And what a finish that has been. And that will be... And I'm pretty sure the Renault boys will be going absolutely wild.
Oh, I'm cheesy to. I'm pretty sure he's led the whole Grand Prix until the last lap. Just guy for the guy. That's where he finished at the end of the day.
Leah then, great performance. Comes home in 4th place, a whole 41 seconds back. Driver of the day, everyone in the chat. We had a couple of votes for Leah.
Teddy's up to 4th.
Teddy moves up to 4th. Leah had a lot of penalties in the end. That's a great
fantastic debut
performance
for
on debut.
Teddy. Hicklin 6th. Scopes coming around the final corner. Finishing the race with, well, I think they've run out of front wings.
Let's see does he stay in 7th? He does, and Zach is 8th. Then comes a 3-car train. But Benz misses out in the end on points. And the last man across the line then is Neelix in 12th. And that was one hell of a finish as Nicky. There's a great win.
Should we get them in the party?
Yes. We shall get them in the party.
And Bennett was 3rd, wasn't he?
Yeah, Bennett.
I've just seen in the chat Panther didn't put on his setup prior to the race.
No, that's unfortunate. Maybe that is why you were saying he was struggling on those hards. Could be a factor. But yeah, here we go then. Nicky wins after an incredible last lap. As I said, on lap 27 to 28, anything can happen in Formula 1, and it usually does. And it did happen for Nicky on the final lap. And this time around, as he wins from Nicky, he wins from Cheesy, and Bennett in 3rd rounds off the podium. Plain Teddy then on debut in Division 2 marks it with a 4th place finish. There was a big gap from the top 3 to the rest of them, and then comes Leah in. No, I don't want to leave the session. Then comes Leah in 5th, Hicklin in 6th, Scope 7th, Zach 8th, Connor in 9th. Panther rounding out the points in 10th. Ben's just missing out in 11th. Then comes Neelix in 12th. Original and Drastic Bays were lapped, and then the non-finishers were Tack, Venom, and SF. As I believe, do we have all the drivers in yet?
We do. Unfortunately, Nicky's having a few problems connecting to the party. Hopefully he can get that sorted.
Hopefully we can get him in. Do you want to start off with interviews? Make sure you've ticked your box first as well.
Absolutely. I think Nicky's connected to the party. Well, where should we start, Merc? Should we start with 3rd or 1st?
We'll start with 3rd. Why not?
Okay. Bennett, congratulations, buddy, on 3rd place.
Thank you very much.
From lap 5 onwards, it seemed the top 3 quite separated from 4th place. So it looked like it was just a case just managing it really at the end of the race, because top 3 looked all but secured. How did the race feel from your perspective, though? I mean, Was it as simple as it looked? Was there any issues with tyre wear, or did it look possible maybe you could catch up to second and first place?
Well, to be fair, I thought I was alright on the softs, but then when I went onto the mediums, I struggled a bit, so I just sort of had to see that out. And then when I got into softs, I thought the only way I was going to catch up is if them two catch each other and possibly collide. But it seemed more likely towards the end, but then it sort of just run out of laps, and I thought, yeah. But I saw that he had some sort of damage because he was slowing down Cheesy Train, so I thought.
Oh,
Seem to have lost you there.
this is that. Yeah. Bennett, can you hear me?
Having some issues.
Speechless.
Yeah, cut off mid sentence. Hopefully we'll get him back.
Yep.
I'm gonna invite Plain Teddy into the party as he has been voted driver of the day eventually.
Absolutely. Do you want me to continue with second Mercs, or do you want to take over for second place?
I'll yeah, so I'll go on with Cheesy Train. I imagine you are a little disappointed. I say little, probably a lot disappointed with how that ended. 18 points is obviously good for the championship, but you could have had a lot more.
Yeah, coming into this track, unfamiliar, kind of just hoping for something good. Qualifying went well. I think that Q2 lap was the best lap I've done around this track in general. And then, it's inevitable for me, honestly, knowing my driving style that I'm going to pick up a little bit damage. Just sucks that it came at the very end, and I just couldn't hold off Nicky.
Yeah, I think if that final sector hadn't been so twisty, I think you'd have been alright. I think it was a great performance, obviously leading pretty much all the race bar the last lap. So I say well done, a good performance, and unlucky on losing out on that last lap.
Thank you.
We'll go on to our race winner then.
Shall I?
Yeah,
Okay.
go ahead.
Nicky, congratulations, buddy. Congratulations on first place, your first SLR victory. Don't give up. That's what comes into it. We saw after your second pit stop, you're closing in on GZ from then on. Is that when you started to believe that you could do this?
Yeah, so the gap was going down, then I was thinking he has damage, so I pushed more, so got lucky at the end, but I'm still happy on this.
Absolutely. Prior to yourself closing in on Cheesy and, of course, making the overtake onto the last lap, how did the race feel, really, from the start?
It was pretty difficult. I got anti-stalled on the start and front wing damage on the first corner, so I had to focus so much. But good results for me and for the team, so I'm pretty happy.
Absolutely. You've shown great pace since you've joined the league and been in Division 2. Saw that from pre-season testing, so congratulations, buddy.
Thank you.
I believe I tried to invite Plain Teddy, but you didn't join. So I had a message from Bennett actually. I will have a look. He said his mic cut out, like you said, unfortunately. But yeah, I have to say well done, Bennett, on the podium as well. Which is unfortunate that his mic cut out. But yeah. I think,
Teddy's offline.
Teddy's offline. I think he's gone. So, well, Teddy will be driver of the day. So you will be able to vote for him for your driver of the week. And that, I think, is all from us. Any last thoughts on today's event, Matt?
I think it was just one of them where you can't assume. Really, Formula One unpredictable. We thought everything was all sorted halfway through the race, but like you said, anything can happen, and that was the case again today. Just credit to the guys on the podium for, well, separating themselves really from fair play to Nicky for never giving up. Unfortunate for Cheesy. So yeah, fantastic race. Can't wait to tune into Division 3 later on.
Yeah, well, we were treated to a stunning finale to this Grand Prix. To finish first, first you must finish. And Nicky takes the win in Division 2 for the first time in SLR. We will see you at 9 o'clock for the Division 3 race, where I will be joined by Riggs. Good evening, and we will see you shortly.